Imagine pouring your soul into a startup, watching it skyrocket to unicorn status, then getting a 3 a.m. call from your own parents. We sold it for $1 billion. Oh, and you're fired. At 34, that's my nightmare turned reality. But they forgot one thing: I own the code. What unfolded was a $1 billion war with the people who raised me. Hi, I'm Sophia, and welcome to Sophia's Stories. This one's about betrayal, bites, and unbreakable will. My love affair with code started under the hum of fluorescent lights in my dad's garage workshop in Spokane, Washington. A concrete cave cluttered with circuit boards, soldering irons, and stacks of Byte magazines that smelled like possibility. Dad, Robert Bob Harlan, was a systems engineer at a local aerospace firm, his calloused fingers forever stained with flux, eyes lighting up as he'd pull me, 8-year-old Sophia, onto his stool for magic lessons. Lines of code are like family ties, kiddo, strong, invisible, holding everything together, he'd say, guiding my tiny hands over a Commodore 64 keyboard to print Hello World. Mom, Elaine, hovered in the doorway with her apron dusted in flour from her bakery shifts, smiling softly but adding, "Don't let it consume you, Bob. Life's more than logic." She was the buffer, baking apple pies for school fundraisers while Dad dreamed of Harlan Innovations, a side hustle that never launched beyond blueprints. But those sparks came with shadows. As the eldest of 3, I was Dad's mini-me, skipping Barbie for basic programming clubs, acing math fairs while my brother, Ethan, 10, chased soccer dreams and sister Lily, 6, twirled in tutus. Family dinners devolved into Dad's monologues on merit over mediocrity, his gaze lingering on me as the successor. Puberty hit and the pressure mounted. High school hackathons where I'd code apps for extra credit, but Dad rewriting my submissions to perfect them, erasing my bugs and my ownership. "It's for your good, Soph," he'd insist, much like when he vetoed my prom dress for practical jeans. Mom mediated with hugs, and he's just proud, but resentment simmered. College at the University of Washington on a tech scholarship fueled the fire. Computer science major, interning at Microsoft summers, dadding casually. Guys like dorm mate Kyle who geeked out over my algorithms, but bilayed when Dad grilled him on long-term viability. Graduating at 22 with a thesis on AI-assisted coding, I landed in Seattle at a startup incubator, junior dev at $65 K, vowing independence. Little did I know, Dad's guidance would ghost me into my 30s, turning mentorship into meddling. The 20s hustle was pure adrenaline. By 25, I jumped to a fintech firm, architecting APIs that slashed transaction times, my code snippets going viral on GitHub. Relationships flickered. A year with barista-turned-coder Nate ended over my all-nighters, leaving no room for road trips. Family visits brought Dad's suggestions. "Why not freelance, control your destiny?" which I dodged with polite nods. Mom's calls brimmed with bakery gossip and gentle probes. "When's the wedding?" "Life's short." Ethan's college dropout to pursue music stung Dad. He'd rant to me, "You're the one who'll make us proud." At 27, burnout loomed, therapy sessions unpacking daddy's girl dynamics, but a late-night epiphany birthed CodeForge, an AI tool democratizing software dev for non-coders. Bootstrapped on ramen and rage, it was my rebellion. My 30s, they coded the collision course. Hitting 30 felt like compiling the perfect program. CodeForge launched in beta from my Capitol Hill apartment, a sleek SaaS platform using machine learning to auto-generate clean code from natural language prompts. Build me a login system, revolutionizing indie devs and small teams. Early traction exploded. $10 K MRR in month 3, features in TechCrunch, my TEDx talk on code for all going viral. I met Ryan that year, a venture capitalist with a disarming grin and zero tech ego over pitch drinks. Our wedding at 31 was a geek chic affair, 100 guests toasting with IPAs and USB favors. We bought a float home on Lake Union, visions of kids dancing with deal flow. But success summoned specters. Dad, retired early on a pension, emailed consulting, critiques of my roadmap. "Harlan Blood built this," he'd say over FaceTimes, Mom chiming. "He's just excited, family legacy, Soph." Scaling hit warp speed. By 32, Series A at $5 million valuation, team of 20 in a so-do loft, me as CEO grinding 80-hour weeks. Ryan balanced with equity stakes in green tech, Our therapy app dates unpacked my control freak code from Dad. Family pressures peaked. Ethan's barista gigs funding his band, Lily's law school loans, Dad guilting me into loans that felt like tributes. "You're the golden child, share the wealth," he'd imply. I hired a family liaison, Boundaries boot camp, but cracks showed. Board meetings where I'd second-guess decisions echoing his voice. Revenue soared to $20 MARR, unicorn whispers at 33, acquisitions scouts circling. Romance steadied. Ryan and I thawing IVF dreams, but miscarriages at 32.5 tested us, nights coding through grief, his hand on mine over keyboards. Self-discovery bloomed in women's founder circles, affirming, "Your empire, your ethics." Yet Dad's retirement project loomed, networked with old aerospace pals, advising investors sub rosa. At 34, a 1B offer from Nexus AI landed. I prepped counterterms. Then the call, Dad's voice triumphant. "We closed it for the family." The betrayal bite hit delete on everything. It was a muggy August evening in 2019, Ryan and I celebrating a prototype milestone with salmon on the deck, when my phone shattered the serenity. Dad, 7:42 p.m., Sophia, big news. We sold CodeForge to Nexus for $1 billion. Effective immediately. You're transitioning out. Transitioning. My blood froze, Ryan's fork clattered. "What do you mean we?" Turns out, in a legacy play, Dad had sweet-talked Mom into signing as silent partners via forged addendums from my early seed round, vague clauses he'd clarified with lawyers on my dime. They'd bypassed me for 3 months. Board votes in secret, my equity diluted to 12%, the rest funneled to Harlan Holdings. Nexus wanted my head gone, founder's fatigue, and my parents, flush with $200 each, greenlit it. "It's business, kiddo, you'll thank us," Dad boomed, Mom sobbing apologies in the background. "He said it was for your security, wedding bobbies." Security. I'd built this from scratch, copyright stamped on every line of the core AI model in my name alone. Rage compiled overnight. By dawn, lawyers on speed dial. IP forensic dive revealed their fatal flaw. The code's provenance traced to my pre-incorporation repos, unassignable without my signature. At 34, peak vulnerability, grieving losses, scaling stresses, I stormed the Nexus HQ, badge yanked, security escorting me like a ghost. Ryan held the fort, canceling honeymoon plans for depositions. Family fallout fractured. Ethan's, "Congrats, sis, wait, what?" Texts Lily's fury at Mom. "You sold her soul." Dad's gaslight. "Ungrateful we made you." Therapy tripled. Sessions dissecting narcissistic nests, the golden child curse. Controversies churned internally. Was I the villain for suing kin? Public leaks painted me disgruntled ex-CEO. Headlines screamed, "Family feud sinks startup sale." My 30s derailed into discovery, boundaries as firewalls, worth beyond wireframes. The lawsuit launched. Harlan v. Harlan Nexus, a $500M claim on IP infringement. But the real code, cracking open a life rewritten. The suit dragged into 2020, a legal labyrinth of discovery dumps and depositions that bled my savings. $2M in retainers, Ryan's VC network as lifeline. We relocated to a Bellevue rental, away from Lake Union's ghosts, focusing on us. Couples intensives unpacking my provider persona, his quiet strength. At 35, pregnancy stuck. Our daughter Zoe, born amid motions to dismiss, her cries a counterpoint to courtroom clashes. Mom visited, tearful in the nursery. "I thought it was protection like when I shielded you from Dad's tempers." Shielded. Flashbacks to hushed fights over his failed inventions. Ethan mediated awkwardly, his music gigs pausing for witness prep. Lily lawyered pro bono, her clerkship a silver lining. Dad, stonewalling, his advisors spinning narratives of my instability. Career ashes smoldered opportunity. Freelance consulting for ethical AI firms trickled $150K, but isolation bit. Founder meetups where I'd dodge. What happened at CodeForge? Probes. Self-growth germinated in the grind, podcasts on imposter syndrome, a women's lit circle devouring big magic. Zoe's first smile at 36 coded joy amid jeopardy. A $300M settlement mid-trial. Nexus relicensed my IP. Parents' shares clawed back 40%. Vindication bittersweet. "You win!" Dad conceded over Zoom, voice hollow. Mom's hug at Christmas thawed fractions. Relationships rebuilt. Ryan's promotion to partner funded our dream home, therapy vowing no more family boards. But controversies lingered, media dubbing me the code widow, debates on Nepo baby founders v's stolen IP. My mid-30s, a debug, purging paternal programs, compiling core values anew. At 37, with Zoe toddling, I sketched Phoenix Code, a lean IP-secure platform for underrepresented devs. Seed round, $8 M on my terms. The storm cleared, but echoes echoed into 40s. By 38, Phoenix Code ignited. Beta users raving about bias-free builders. ARR climbing to $15 M. A diverse team of 15 in a green-certified Fremont space. Zoe started preschool, her crayon apps mirroring my mocks. Ryan and I welcomed son Luca, a IVF win at 39, chaos of code reviews and colic, but harmony in hybrid life. Family fractures mended jagged. Dad's prostate scare prompted raw retreats, Appalachian cabins where he admitted, I built empires in my head, lost the real one. Forgiveness flickered, not full reboot. Holidays with safeguards, no advice clauses. Ethan's label deal celebrated with us. Lily's bar exam passed, toasting sister solidarity. Self-discovery deepened. Executive coaching cert, keynoting at Grace Hopper on owning your output. Controversies externalized, panels clashing on family and biz. Entitlement or enhancement. My vote, equity over empire. 40s framed focus. At 40, Phoenix at $50 ARR, unicorn trajectory sans shortcuts. Acquisition teases rebuffed for sustainability. Relationships rooted. Ryan's sabbatical for family Sabbaths, no screens Sundays scripting stories with kids. Therapy evolved to legacy work. Journaling, what if dad's control coded my caution? Growth global. Nonprofit arm training coders in underserved hoods, echoing Spokane's Sparks Sans shadows. The billion-dollar blindside. Origin OS upgraded. Zoe's Mommy's the Boss boasts affirm it. Luca's gurgles pure potential, my 40s. Optimized. Code clean, kin contained, self-sovereign. Peeling layers post-settlement, the heist highlighted hazards. Parents, legacy lust masking their voids. Dad's unrealized patents, mom's bakery bankruptcy in 95. At 39, confronting it catalyzed closure. A family mediator unpacking enmeshment, boundaries as APIs open but gated. Career coda. Phoenix's ethical edge drew talent tired of toxic VCs, my book Code of Kin. Building without breaking, a WSJ pick. Controversies cook. Was the suit spite? Skeptics snipe, I counter. Protection of progeny mine and the codes. Relationships ripen. Ryan's You're My Algorithm vows renew annually. Kids' questions, why no grandpa boss? Prompt age-appropriate audits. Self-growth, sacred, annual unplug audits. Retreats reaffirming worth in whitespace. The forgotten copyright. Karma's compiler turning theft to triumph. At 40, Dynasty Decoded. Build bold but branch solo. Gazing at Lake Union's lights from our deck, Zoe's laughter echoing, Luca dreaming in my arms, I'm awed by the algorithm of it all. At 34, parents' billion-dollar betrayal fired me. At 40, it forged me, IP intact, integrity amplified. They forgot I own the code, I remembered I own the story. Controversial close. When family helps, is it hand up or hold back? Forgive the firewall or format fresh. Your billion-dollar betrayal, stolen start or sparked sequel. Share below, our codes connect. Thanks for Sophia's stories, like, subscribe, bell on. Till next, debug the doubts, deploy the dreams. You're the founder of you.